Hi, boys and girls. Today we're on Amplify lesson 1.4, and it's about plant and animal relationships. Okay, so before we get started, basically what this lesson is about is that there are habitats, and in certain habitats, you're going to find certain plants and certain animals. So, what you would find in one habitat with animals and plants, you wouldn't find in another. And this is what I mean. Here's a polar bear here, this cute little polar bear. We know that polar bears live in cold climates. What kind of a tree do you think a polar bear would have in his cold climate? Do you think a palm tree? A palm tree is usually in a hot climate. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense to me. So I don't think that a polar bear in its cold climate would have a palm tree there as a plant. I think this moss would actually probably be in the cold climate that polar bears are in. Same with the alligator. Alligators are usually in really hot, warm climates, okay? Do you think the cold moss would be there? No, I think a beautiful hot palm tree would be there. So, does that make sense to you, boys and girls? Certain animals live in places, they always live in these places, and there are the same plants in those places, okay? And whereas if you would see a polar bear in a cold climate, you would never see a warm palm tree in that cold climate. Okay, so we're going to review this book, Handbook of Habitats. We're going to read a new chapter, and we're going to learn about different habitats and about the plants and animals that live in these habitats. So today we're going to look at the broadleaf forest. Okay, broadleaf forest. So broadleaf forests grow in northern India, just below the largest mountains in the world. The habitat gets a lot of sunlight all year long. Broadleaf forests have a dry season with very little rain. In the summer, a lot of rain falls. So far we know that. Let's look at the plants in the broadleaf forest. So they're saying there's 100 kind of different kinds of trees living in the broadleaf forest of India. Some areas have many plants growing close together. Other areas have open spaces that animals walk through. And here I see a chalta tree. Chalta trees have large leaves with clear veins. Their flowers are also large with white petals. One fruit can have more than 100 seeds inside. The fruit has a thick, tough skin. Animals with big, strong mouths can bite through the tough skin. So far, I already know that in the broadleaf forest there is a chalta tree. Okay, I know that. Let me look at animals in the broadleaf forest. There's a jungle crow. Jungle crows are related to common American crows. These shiny black birds eat many different plants and animals. Jungle crows like to eat flowers from red silk trees. When they fly from flower to flower, the crows help spread pollen. So I already know in the broadleaf forest, I know the plant is the chalta tree, and I know that one of the animals is a jungle crow. Are there any more animals? Let me look here. Asian elephants. Asian elephants are some of the largest animals on earth. Because they are so big, elephants have to eat a lot every day. They eat leaves from trees and grasses, but they really like to eat fruit. The fruits of the chalta tree are often called elephant apples because elephants like to eat them so much. So look how interesting. We know that the Asian elephants live in the broadleaf forest. We know that there are chalta trees there, and we know that the Asian elephants eat the fruit off of the chalta trees. Wow, so we know that they're all connected. They're all in the same habitat. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is, this is a form I have filling out. I'm going to write my name, the date, and here it says name of the habitat I chose. So I know the habitat is called the broadleaf forest. So give me a second, boys and girls. I'm going to type in broadleaf forest. And I want you to think as I'm typing of the different trees and animals we saw in that forest, okay? So broadleaf forest, okay? And now I'm thinking in my head, what kind of a tree was it? Oh, it was the one with all that fruit. I think it's a chalta tree. So it says some of the plants in that habitat. I'm just going to write chalta tree. Now, I didn't read the whole thing. There were actually more plants there. But today we're just going to stick to one, chalta tree. Okay, wonderful. Now, do you guys remember the animals that were there? I remember there was, let me go back to the page because sometimes I forget. I need to go and reread. So look at that. I put it here. There's a jungle crow. and an Asian elephant. So let me write that down. Jungle crow. I have to make it smaller. And it's going to be an Asian elephant, right? Okay. And then it's your turn. We're going to go read a different, we're going to read actually a different habitat, okay? And I want you guys to do the same thing. We're going to have to find what plants are in that habitat and what animals are in that habitat. So just to review, it's the Broadleaf forest, there's a chalta tree, and there's a jungle crow and an Asian elephant as the animals. Okay, so here's the Everglade wetlands. Wetland habitats have lots of water in them. Some of the water is fresh and some of the water is salty. The Everglade wetlands in Florida are often called the River of Grass. That's because so many grasses and other plants grow in the water there. Ah, look at all the plants here. We know there's sawgrass. So sawgrass is a tall, sharp grass that can grow in very wet places. So there's a sawgrass. Cattails. Cattails are plants with long, thin leaves, and they're brown. There's a button bush. These button bushes grow in the Everglades and other wetlands, so that's part of it. And the mangrove, those are trees that grow in places where land and water meet. So far I know 4 plants in the wetlands. There's the sawgrass, the cattails, the button bushes, and the mangroves. How about animals? Ah, I see a West Indian matinee, and this one lives in the Everglades also. They're about the size of a cow. They're huge. There's also a southern leopard frog. They also live there. They eat earthworms, spiders, and insects, so they live there. There's a vireo, which are birds that live in the Everglades. Sorry, they're red-eyed, they're white-eyed, and they eat the fruit of the gumbo limbo tree. And then there are alligators. Remember the alligators from earlier? So they live also in the Everglades. Boys and girls, now it's your turn. I want you to write the habitat that we chose, which is Everglade wetlands in Florida, and I want you to write the plants you just saw and the animals. If you're not sure, go back. These are the plants. So you could write sawgrass, cattails, button bushes, mangroves. Pause the video and write that down. And then for the animals, it's right here. West Indian matinees, southern leopard frogs, vireos, and alligators. Okay, boys and girls, that's what I want you to do. Write your name, copy Everglade wetlands in Florida, and tell me about all the plants you found and all of the animals you found in the Everglade wetlands. Okay, boys and girls, good luck. So proud of you.